Welcome and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Melanie Bean. I currently serve as the chair of the Tennessee Domestic Violence State Coordinating Council. Today is Friday, June 5th, 2026, and it is approximately 10:04 a.m. I want to welcome everyone to this quarterly meeting, which is open to the public. All of our meetings must be recorded and are housed on the Tennessee Coalition's YouTube page. I would like to call upon Brandon Woosley to call the roll, and I would ask each of you to please unmute and let him know if you are here by attendance, but by identifying here or present, please.
Good morning, and we'll start with Chair Member Melanie Bean,
Present.
Council Member Michelle Consiglio Young, Council Member Chelsea Curtis, Council Member Judge Blackshear Dalton, Council Member Dorisha Davis,
Here.
Council Member Lana Frog, Council Member Sue Jones, Council Member Deborah Lambert, Council Member Representative Mary Littleton, and Council Member Van Wolf.
Makris present.
Makris, yes, sorry, I always do that. Council Member Kirby May, Council Member Judge McMillan, Council Member Michelle Mowry Johnson,
Present.
Council Member Ashley Parker,
Here.
Council Member Dee Reynolds, Council Member Kendra Reeves,
Present.
Council Member Sheriff Ray Russell, Council Member Judge Jenny Scott,
Present.
Council Member Ilana Tate, Council Member Bobby Van, Council Member Felix Vess, Council Member Senator Paige Wally, and I am here, Council Member Brandon Woosley.
Thank you, Mr. Woosley. Do we have a quorum?
We do.
Okay, all right. The first order of business, ladies and gentlemen, would be to approve the minutes of the March 6, 2026 meeting. We do not need a vote for approval of the minutes according to Robert's Rules of Order. Those minutes from the last meeting were sent via email. I will give an opportunity for any council member to identify any corrections that are needed to the minutes. There are no identified corrections to the meeting minutes. Seeing none, hearing none, the minutes are approved as distributed. We'll move on to committee reports. I'll first present the executive committee report. The executive committee will be meeting between the June and September meeting of this year for the purpose of nominating or considering nominations to the executive committee. Should anyone wish to make a nomination to the executive committee, we would ask that that be distributed or be presented to Mr. Woosley prior to the executive committee meeting, which will kind of circulate when once we get that date identified. But again, the purpose of that meeting is to identify nominations of those who will be serving on the executive committee in the next year. And we will also take nominations from the floor at the September meeting, and we will vote on the executive committee members that will serve for the balance of the 26-27 calendar for the Domestic Violence State Coordinating Council. Otherwise, there's no additional report from the executive committee. I would call upon Mr. Woosley for the emerging issues and the orders of protection meeting, who will be presenting the report on behalf of Chair Michelle Consiglio Young.
So the report from the Orders of Protection and Emergency Issues Committee is there's two main points. The first one is the DVSEC firearm dispossession letter that was voted upon last meeting. Was drafted, signed, and we have submitted it to the Administrative Office of the Courts. That form is currently in the works of being uploaded to their website. There were some issues with formatting, so it has taken longer than expected. But that form is being uploaded to the Administrative Office of the Court's website and will be distributed to the judges at conference. The second point is that there are no changes that are required on any OPs at this time. None of the forms need to be changed. The legislature did pass a bill that impacts the lifetime order of protections. This was discussed at the March meeting, but no changes are needed for approval by the committee at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Woosley. Is there any questions of Mr. Woosley based upon the report of the Emerging Issues and Orders of Protection Committee? Hearing none, seeing none, with no questions for this committee. Thank you, Brandon, and thank you for your work with Michelle in presenting that report. I would next move on to the Certification and Monitoring and Review Committee. Van Makers, would you please unmute yourself so that you can assist us in presenting that report?
Yes, we have two programs, MJM and Family Counseling Center, that we had approved for recertification pending some missing or corrected documentation. They have submitted those, so they are now certified for 2 years. We have 3 programs that we are going to extend to September to get information into us, which is Healing the Home in Knoxville, Alternative Counseling Solutions out of Nashville, and Sheriff's Anti-Violence Effort. I'm not sure where they are.
Were they Davidson County as well?
Yes, they are also Davidson County.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that's all we have.
Any questions, Van Makers, for with regard to the the Certification and Monitoring Review Committee? Hearing none, seeing none, and given that no votes are necessary for the purposes of that committee report, we'll move on to the training and education report. Alana Tate or Ashley Payne?
Good morning. I don't think there is anything to report. We're no longer doing the BIPS monitoring.
All right, thank you, Ashley. The next portion of the agenda is announcements and public comments. There were 0 public comments that were submitted prior to the June 6, 2026 meeting. So as a result, we have no public comments that are subject to publication or reading at this particular meeting. As for announcements, the only additional announcements that I have are the same announcements that I had for the executive and nominating committee report that will be circulating a date that the executive committee will be meeting, or the nominating committee, the executive and nominating committee will be meeting, and we would ask any board members who would like to nominate someone to serve on that executive committee, if you would circulate those names prior to that meeting for consideration of the executive committee. We will also take nominations from the floor in the September meeting. That is the only additional announcement that I have. Does any other board members have any announcements that they would like to share with the council at this time? Hearing none, seeing none, we have no additional new business, and the remaining meeting dates for 2026 are September 11th, 2026 and December 4th, 2026. And if there are no additional questions or comments from the council at this time regarding this meeting, I'd like to thank you for your time this morning and all the important work you do for Tennesseans. While this is a short meeting, the council is still doing some really good work, even though we have been given some limitations due to the funding and issues that we have experienced since last summer. And so again, I'd like to thank each of you for your interest and your work on behalf of Tennesseans at this time. And hopefully that's something the legislature will resolve when they take session, or at least heavily consider. All right. If there is no further meeting, if there's no further information, the meeting would be officially adjourned at 10:14 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.